What is up, beautiful human? I'm excited to share this training with you today where I'm going to share with you how I built a $44,000 a month recurring revenue coaching business. And I did it in 30 days, 3 different times. And so I'm going to reveal how I've done that and then also show you the step-by-step game plan so that you can do it as well. All right. And just for a little bit of context, when I say I did this 3 times, last year we competed in the school games 3 times. We won the very first school games. We came first. And in that one, I added $24,000 a month. Then we played in the first official school games with Alex Hormozy, and we placed 9th. And I did $41,000 a month in new monthly recurring revenue. And then there was a battle royale where it was like everybody was invited back to play again. And in that one, we placed 10th, and I added $44,000 a month in new recurring revenue business. And we placed 10th out of all of the school communities. And I did all of that without sales calls. So we just did selling by chat. All right. And so I'm going to explain how we did this. Also, just, if we've never met, I've also worked with many 7-figure entrepreneurs. Kelly Brogan, we helped her do her launch of Vital Mind Reset, 130K. Sherry Salata, we launched her membership. She used to work with Oprah Winfrey. Aaron Abke, we helped him launch his Living the Course program, A Course in Miracles. Mark Groves, we ran his funnels and courses in the back end for over a year. And then Tom Cowan with his membership program. So we've worked with a lot of people up at the 7-figure range, which is different than the everyday coaches that we also help. And we help them. We've worked with over 1,000 clients now, and we've helped them get everything from first sales, first 10K months, first hires, 20K months, all the way up to 50K months. That's kind of our sweet spot, helping coaches and experts go from $10,000 to $50,000 a month. And what I'm going to share with you today, I just want to make sure that you're in the right spot, because this is not going to be for you if you sell physical products or just like low ticket digital products. This probably isn't the right training for you. If you do not have any experience or certifications or a specialized skill set that you can monetize, probably not for you. If you are just looking for how do I create passive income, get rich quick thing, this isn't it. And if you're unable to commit a little bit of time today, but ultimately like the time that is required to invest in your business, then this isn't going to work for you. All right. And so if you are, however, a health professional, a business coach, an expert in your field with a monetizable skill set, and you just want to learn a simple system that works and doesn't burn you out, this is going to be for you. If you are heart-centered in the sense that you are committed to actually making an impact in your clients' lives, this is a great system for that. You have or are willing to create a high-ticket offer. You want to build a lifestyle-friendly business. You already have clients and testimonials that you could use, and you're not afraid of AI. If that's you, this is going to be a great system for you. And I'm just going to dive in and go through it, all right? I don't want to waste any time. So the game that we are playing, we did this first for ourselves, and then this is what we're helping our clients do, is building a $50,000 a month recurring revenue coaching business, because nothing has changed my financial situation more than creating a monthly or annually recurring revenue business. It reduces all of the stress, like not having to make sales each month because you're just working with clients and you're actually doing the work that you want to do. That has literally just changed my whole life. And the reason that most coaches aren't able to create that, and the challenges that I went through in creating that for myself, which had me be a broke coach, were these 4 things. I was an invisible expert, all right? On some level, it's like I don't want to be seen. I didn't want to be seen. And I had to overcome that and recognize that, that's not going to serve anybody. Number 2 is typically they are referral dependent, and that the underlying belief there is like, I'm not techie, or like I don't have a system in place. Number 3 problem is like they're the reluctant closer. They're not standing in conviction that they can actually transform a life. I don't want to be pushy, versus like, let me enroll you in the best thing that you've ever experienced, right? And then are typically overworked operators, meaning they're doing a bunch of stuff that they shouldn't be doing. And part of that, like a deeper underlying root reason that happens is like they're not charging enough. And so they don't have enough money to reinvest into their business to put them in the zone of genius that they're here to do. And so these are 4 underlying like beliefs and problems that unless resolved, you'll continue to struggle. And so our program and like what we do is help people go quantum as a quantum coach. And so what that looks like is focusing in on actually building a personal brand. And when I say that, all that is you becoming the 10.0 version of you and then sharing that with the world. That's what a personal brand is. It's not trying to become Kim Kardashian. It's just you becoming the best version of you, embodying your work and then sharing that work. And then in terms of a system, we use what's called the micro trust funnel, which I'll explain a little bit in this video because it is the core system that we use that allows us to get the results. But underlying elements is that it works because of a level of authenticity, authority, and then social proof that you're actually good. Number 3 problem or like solution, when you get this, everything kind of changes, is when you understand how to actually generate sales, right? So you learn how to close, you learn sales, you learn influence, persuasion, and then you learn how to close by chat, which is a total game changer. And then number 4 is you understand leverage. And this typically comes down to your business model, which is the way that you set up your offer. And then now leveraging AI. And we just went through, a pivot in our own business. I'll just say this really quickly. I looked at how we were growing. We were up to $100,000 a month, but we were kind of building it in an old familiar way. And what I see as possible is building a 7-figure, AI powered coaching business, because AI just lets you do so much more stuff and it keeps advancing. So building out systems that AI can leverage is a big piece of this. All right. So if you have these things, right, you have a personal brand, you have a funnel that nurtures prospects, you know how to sell, and you have leverage in your business. These are the prerequisites to building a $50,000 per month recurring revenue business. And if you have these, then you're able to, you're able to attract with your brand, nurture with your funnel, convert with your skills, and deliver without burning out because you have leverage. All right. So that's what I'm going to talk about in this video. And I'm just going to unpack the actual system that we use and how you can use it as well. And underneath this video, you're going to see a button, because I'm going to reference some things in this video. In this video, I just want to give you the big overarching picture. But inside of our free school community, I have got a course for all of this stuff that will show you how to run the ads specifically, how to set up your school community, how to actually build this system for yourself. So underneath this video, go ahead, click the button, join the school community, get access to the free course. And let me explain what it works. All right. So we call the system the microtrust flywheel. And basically, big picture, there are 2 aspects to this cheat sheet that I'm going to walk you through. The first is this upper half up here, and then there is the lower half down here. And the top half is the foundations, meaning if your foundations are not good, then the bottom half doesn't matter. It's not going to work, right? You need to get the 4 things at the top totally clear, and then the bottom, the system, will work for sure. Right. The reason that people's, doesn't matter what funnel or strategy you use, a webinar, a workshop, a challenge, a freebie, whatever, like they all work, but they will only work to the degree of these, the foundations underneath them. So number 1 is you have to be absolutely clear. You have to have a vision. Without the vision, the people perish. So you need to be clear on what it is you're creating, what you're going to do with the money when you get it. And these are some simple questions that if you understood or you knew these and you were clear on these, this would be a huge, up level, right? What is your goal? And then in monthly sales, and then by when, right? And so if you know what that goal is, this isn't like magic manifestation. You just work it backwards, right? So if I want to make 50K and my program is 5K, that means I need to make 10 sales, right? At a price of 5K. And then to accomplish this, I'm going to need to make how many offers, right? How many people would it take for me to make 10 sales a month? You probably need to make 50 offers or so, right? Depends on how good you are at sales. And then lastly, how many leads do you need in order to make 50 offers, right? So you just work it backwards. And when you're clear on that, then it's just math, okay? Next big problem that I see is people make up these super weird offers, sound bath healing to I'll help you create more freedom. No, like people don't buy that. So I'll use myself as an example, right? I believe that like what I'm doing here on planet Earth is like having deeper conversations that have people discover themselves, discover their higher self, discover a relationship with God, have a spiritual experience, have a spiritual life. And in the world of like the things that people pay money for, there's really only 4 things that you don't have to educate people on, like why they would invest in a program. So if you're a coach, you either help people get more money, get more love, get out of pain, or look more beautiful, right? And then the further that your offer veers off of those things, the harder it's going to be to sell. Now, you might be like, but Dan, I do so much more. That's fine. But when it comes to your actual offer, you only do these 4 things. Now, that's not what you can talk about in your content. With your content, you can talk about whatever you want. Build your personal brand. Talk about, hot dogs. I don't know. And the way that you deliver that transformation, there's lots of different ways to deliver the result. But you have to be clear on like, well, this is what I do. And then they'll say, well, how do you do it? Well, that's a different conversation. But most people can't even get to that part where people are interested to hear what it is they do. All right. So you have to be clear. You have to solve a real problem. And if you're a coach or you're an expert, it's going to be one of these 4 things. All right. The next thing is then you have to have a bold promise, right? Here's what I'm going to help you do. And I'm going to do it in this much time. And when you're clear on that, you also need to be clear on, well, how are they going to get the results? Because they're going to need, if I'm going to help somebody, I know that you're going to need some skills, you're going to need some beliefs, and you're going to need character traits. If you had these things, you would already have the results that you're trying to get, right? And I'm going to get clear on what are the underlying desires that you have as my, ideal client that I'm working with, right? I'm going to be clear on how to simplify that into the one primary currency that somebody will happily pay me money for if I can help them achieve it. And then I just put it in a simple sentence. All right. You have to make bold promises. And you have to get better at your craft. Like most people don't have a marketing problem. They're not that great problem, right? You have to be good at what you do. You have to become the expert. And the better you get at what you do, the more bold promises you can make. Okay. And then you need to have a great product. And a great product is methodical. It walks people through a process that helps them have a transformation that helps them go from A to B, right? And so I know that if I'm going to help somebody make $50,000 a month, then they're going to need to attract, nurture, and convert and deliver. You can have 3, 4, it doesn't really matter. Like there is something easy for people that wrap their head around. Like there's 3 steps. We learn in 3s. But the point is that you can break things down into little bite-sized micro steps. All right. There is one of the biggest problems or saboteurs of most coaching programs is people get overwhelmed. It's not that the course isn't good. It's not that the coaching isn't good. It's that people just get overwhelmed. So how do you prevent the overwhelm? You break things down into small, impossible to misunderstand micro steps so that people can get into momentum. That's what a great program and product does. And so when you design your coaching program around a process, you're going to be able to scale. You're also going to be able to create content that relieves you of one-on-one time. All right. And so there is a process for this. And I have let me pause this. So if you go into the free school community and you go into Quantum Coach course, I have got an entire module here on how to, with some AI prompts that will help you flesh out an entire offer by design. This is meant to give you like a quick 1-page offer. If you want the full meal deal, we have a course that you can purchase in here, the Signature Solution. But there is a process for creating really great offers. And mostly it's about taking the big, overwhelming goal, breaking it down into little tiny steps, and then supporting your people through that process. All right. So these are the foundations. You need to be clear. You need to have a problem. You need to have a promise, and you need to have a product. If you have these four things, then there's just a matter of creating a system that attracts, nurtures, converts, and allows you to deliver at scale. And so what that looks like and how we won the Skool Games 3 times and the system that we actively are optimizing and using in our own business every single day that we're working with clients on can be simplified into this process here. So initially, you need to be able to attract. And so the way that we do that is with Instagram ads, all right? And this is how we attract. And we attract with ads. And we do that with a macro magnet. So this video right here is an example of a macro magnet. I'm giving the big idea. I'm giving it away for free. I'm sharing, hopefully, insights. And I'm sharing the big idea. Okay, and then a micro magnet is literally one of my steps in my program that solves an immediate problem and that helps people get into momentum. And ultimately, both of these things are helping me to build trust, because that is the name of the game in this marketplace right now. We are in a trust recession. So getting people on a call or selling high-ticket offers without any relationship and rapport and trust and influence is just not going to happen anymore. So what we found is a blended approach works, where you're getting free leads and then you're getting paid leads, all right? And we use both of that through Instagram as the channel. And then both of these lead to our free Skool community, or I would say our freemium Skool community. Okay, and so do this. And this is where we can start to segment our list, because people who join this community are naturally going to be warmer and have higher intent. They've either purchased something or they've gone through, they've asked questions to get in here. And so this is what most people miss, which is our nurture system. All right. And for this, we use Skool. And this is probably, there are 5 new features that are coming out in the coming months that I think is going to change the game for Skool. I'll see if I can remember them right now. But number one, or I'll share a couple with you, okay? Number one, they have Apple Pay coming, so making it easier for people to buy. Number 2 is the freemium model is going to get a big upgrade with the way that they've set up their payments, so you can have different tiers within one Skool community. And number 3, the biggest one, in a world where AI is coming everywhere, right? Your Instagram feed is already becoming AI generated content. The attention for people who want human connection still is going to move towards live streaming, where people are just live or long form content. And Skool is now releasing their native live video feature, and that's coming very soon. And so I think that is going to be a big feature for Skool, and it's going to drive people to want to be in Skool more often. So I'm very excited about it. There's a couple other features I won't share on this video, but my point is, you need a system to nurture. Do you need Skool? No, you could use YouTube and you could use email. I've just found that with Skool, it helps me organize things. It makes it really easy to connect with people. And so this is the second phase of the system. Number 3 is you need to be able to convert. So this looks like having a qualification process, maybe a little video, and then learning the skill of setting, selling, and closing. And then learning how to do that by chat without sales calls. All right. And in fact, we have in our, if you go into our community and you go into the Quantum Coach course and you go into Sell by Chat, I have an entire training that shows you how to do that. All right. So this is a process here. And lastly, this is how you convert. And lastly, maybe the most important is to how do you keep a client, because this is where it really starts to take off. All right. So this is how do you convert, and then this is how do you deliver, right? How do you deliver a great experience? And this should be the whole goal. I think, people are so focused on trying to get clients, but if people were focused on trying to keep clients and have longer lifetime value of a client and deliver a greater experience for them and have better relationships and get their clients better results, where ultimately they would give you testimonials, that should be the game, because then the testimonial becomes the ad that all the people who are nurturing will see. And guess what happens? You then grow your trust. All right. And so when you zoom out, you have foundations that you need, and then you need a system in place that attracts, nurtures, converts, and delivers. Now, in this video, I'm just sharing the big idea. Underneath this video, there should be a link to join the Skool community, get access to our free course. And if you want to reach out to me, do it on Instagram. But the intent of this video was to just share the big idea that's working right now and how I've built a $50,000 a month recurring revenue coaching business 3 separate times on Skool using this. All right, so I hope you got some value. If you're watching this in the Skool community, would love to know what you like, what you learned, what you catch, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.